Hola amigos de iRock, bienvenidos a una nueva video entrevista. En esta ocasión estamos con una gran músico, una tremenda artista y un ícono en cuanto al rock y metal en el mundo de las mujeres. Un ícono total, estamos con la gran Tarja Turunen. Hello Tarja, welcome, how are you?
Hey, so good to see you. Thank you, I'm fine. Greetings from Spain.
That's great. What, how much time are you living in Spain?
I've been living here for 5 years, more or less.
Okay.
We moved from Buenos Aires, from Argentina, here with my family, and yeah, we built a house and here in the southern part, Andalusia. It's very nice here. More quiet though.
Oh, that's great. Uh, I'm, I want to ask you, what's your daily work on these days? Are you preparing the shows in Latin America? Because you were playing live shows till December, and then you stopped, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, this is going to be my first tour since 2020 March. So I've been doing some shows. Last year, we did some festivals in Europe with my rock band, but only few little ones, and then some Christmas concerts in December. So yes, now I'm preparing for the first tour in after so long time, and I'm super excited. I'm singing every day. I'm physically training with my personal trainer. I am trying to get back in shape. Seriously, I think I am. Vocally probably and physically, I am stronger than ever because I have had rest since
Okay.
the pandemic. The pandemic came. I've never rested. I've never stopped. I've been all the time touring so much, so my body and my mind kind of needed that rest. Mm.
Yes, in other circumstances will be so hard to stop.
Yeah, exactly. No, really. But the pandemic gave me the chance to do so much work that were kind of back of my head. I didn't have time for them before, and now, luckily, in a way, luckily, it hasn't been easy the whole time of not being able to work, but I've been doing a lot of work at home. It's been good.
And how do you feel about promoting in the raw so much time after? Maybe you were planning being recording another record at this time, but also I know you probably wanted to play this show and this record live.
Absolutely. I came to Chile. I came to Chile in 2019 uh, to play a show, and we couldn't make it because of the situation in your country was not stable, and they
Yes.
didn't allow us to make the concert. So I've been trying to come over already for such a long time. I miss my fans in Chile. I miss my Chilean public. And but I'm very excited actually to go back with this album that I needed to end the tour in the middle, send everybody home. We were touring in Spain, in Europe at that time, and I needed to send everybody home, and I hugged everybody saying that, hope to see you soon. And we didn't know how long this will take, and it has taken 2 years. So absolutely, I'm very excited to go back to play the shows with my previous album. But of course, I've been writing new songs for the new album at home and preparing it for sure. But it's not the time for that album yet. Hmm.
And talking about the preparation, like you said it before, I'm interested in a couple of things that may come from you as a very talented and experienced singer and musician. How is your rehearsal? I mean, what do you do with your voice for taking care and practice normally?
Oh, a lot of things. I've had some sort of routine already so many years. Ever since I actually started lyrical singing, I've had a routine. I found my way to maintain my voice in a good health, and it's always been my priority. My voice. I When the body gets tired, the voice gets tired because I'm using the whole body. The whole body is my instrument. I'm not only singing through the throat. So mm, I really need to practice. I do some breathing exercises, I do vocalizing exercises, I check very difficult things from the past just to be able to see if I'm still in a good shape, you know, if I'm getting better, I want to progress. Of course, it's a sort of sacrifice because I'm not a party person in that sense that I've never been really a party girl that goes out in a discos or bars or gets drunk or something like that. Because my voice has always been the priority in a way that the health is all. And so that means physically I need to really take care of my body. And so, yeah, everything is that. Mm.
And do you still learn new stuff, new things about techniques?
Absolutely. That will never change. Absolutely. You know, man, now that you ask me, I've been practicing a new concert program, completely new concert program. I'm having a tour in May in Finland with a tenor, with one Finnish famous tenor. And we are doing a new program. So new songs. And so a lot of demanding vocal ranges and different techniques, because in that concert I'm going from rock to classical to crossover to really to so I need vocally, I need to be prepared. And yeah, that work will never end. As a lyrical singer, I think that will never end. I really hope that I can keep on making progress. It's just that kind of mentality.
Yes. And is there any of your songs that represent your actual moment? I mean, like probably years before, could have been I Walk Alone when you started in your solo career.
I think where I am at the moment is that, you know, in the rock-wise talking, if you listen my last album in the Raw, you will find me there on that album. It is actually my most personal album so far. It's the heaviest album in my career in a way. It's está más pesada, but it's more personal. I needed to come out with that album since I had some health issues a few years ago. So I said, okay, I need to go through this, and it was kind of a therapeutical process for me to write that album, write all the lyrics for it, and you know, clean myself sort of. So if you listen in the Raw, you will hear me.
That's great. And how is the process of the composition normally, or in the Raw process? You start to write the lyrics after the music is on, or
Yeah,
how?
that's how I like doing it. Actually, I've never really done it differently. Like I would have taken a text or something. Well, once in my electronic project called Outlanders, I have an electronic project that we are now releasing songs every 2 months with that project. With that, I started the project, but this was way back, like 10 years ago. I wrote a text from Paulo Coelho's text. I wrote a music for that text. That was probably one of the only times I've done it like that. But usually, if I start writing songs, I start, you know, improvising with my piano. I have a really beautiful grand piano in my working room, and I improvise. I record. If an idea sounds good enough, I record. I save it. I go back to it, and I start fixing up a demo, like a kind of a. I make the music ready first. Then I start thinking about the idea, the lyrics, and the stories for the music. Sometimes already when I am in a process, like, you know, I sit down, okay, I really want to make a, call it love song, you know, and I sit down in front of the piano and I write a love song, having in mind that this is my love song. But usually is I'm having the music ready and then I can go for the lyrics.
That's great. What's the special about being in Latin America? Why, besides your personal situation and familiar, but why all the rock and metal musicians love to come to play here?
Because of you people, you are amazing people. You're such positive people in a way that your life is an everyday struggle. I lived in Argentina for many years, but people, even though struggling for their daily life, struggling economically, struggling personally, no matter of that struggle, you still fight. um, es una lucha constante. Entonces, it's like, for me, it's incredible for us as artists come to play for you. You really appreciate us going, and you show that passion that lives inside of you, and respect. And so, for me, I have a very special connection with my South American audience. Since I lived in a continent for such a long time, I feel like I'm one of you, kind of. I was always very welcomed in Argentina. So I never really had kind of a culture shock or anything like that to come over there, to live there, even though you could think of that, being a Finnish woman from so far away from North. But I never felt like uncomfortable living in Argentina. It was really beautiful.
Awesome. And how the how started the Outlanders project?
Well, that was like, as I said, like 10 years ago in the island of Antigua. There is a Caribbean, beautiful little teeny tiny island. And my friend Torsten lives on that on that island. He's an electronic music producer. And we've been writing rock songs together before. And I just one day, I said to him, I was visiting him on the island. We were writing some rock songs. And then I said to him that, you know, Torsten, I would like to make some electronic music with you, since I don't know much about this scene. So teach me, like, what is it? Let's try something if you are okay. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And I wrote the first song, Outlanders, like 10 years ago for that. And it was such a beautiful experience. I felt like very much connected, because I could use my voice differently, like a tool, like an instrument, not necessarily like a soloist. And so, and as I said, I want to look around what is there, you know. I want to search a little, I want to experiment a little, what is my voice, and I'm still doing that. So this project gave me beautiful opportunity to really use my voice differently. And
Yeah,
so it
it's like
also gave me so nice opportunity to work with such amazing guitar players, very unique, very different, with their style and sound. Jennifer Batten, Joe Satriani, or Aldi Miola. so beautiful, amazing names, amazing artists.
and it's like what we were talking about, learning new stuff. Probably that gave you a feedback or more material, more things in your solo albums.
Yeah, of course, it's kind of a constant learning process. When I'm producing my records, I'm producing my own records. I've been producing my rock records since my second record, because I used the producer with the first album, and with that experience, it made me realize that nobody really knows you better than yourself. And I decided that, okay, if I can, I will produce my records on my own with the musicians I want to use for each song, and because of their sound and style of playing and way they are playing. And you know, it's been amazing to be able to do that. And so I am learning from the process as well. And since you know it already, I'm very open-minded when it comes to music. I do not have these kind of fronteras, you know, borders. I don't want to have them. If I feel good about something, if I feel that I'm capable of putting my soul and heart into it, I go for it, and I go 100% to it. So that's why you've seen me I entered the whole heavy metal scene coming from classical music background completely, and I was very clear about my background to the heavy metal audience and public and media. I was saying I don't know much about metal, you know, but everybody accepted me. I really have been respected, and I learned a lot. And so that's why I love combining things since I ever started, you know.
That's great. We have a question from one of our readers uh, that was sent by Jorge Escobar.
Jorge.
He said, he says, after all these years of a successful career, also as a solo artist in Nightwish, now with the Outlanders project, what comes in the future, in the musical future for Tarja? And which musicians would you like to work with?
Well, of course, comes well, a lot of touring first. I'm answering to Jorge that I will need to do a world tour first, and next one is a new rock album. I'm also planning a new Christmas album. You know, I have this kind of very dark Christmas album already with very symphonic, very banda sonora kind of album, and I'm planning to do a number 2 with that album also. So I have couple, at least 2 or 3 album releases in my mind. Also, my best of release is gonna happen. Also, some other releases that I can't talk to you about yet, but there is a lot of going on, and you will hear, you'll see.
We'll be waiting. Tarja, thank you so much. Wish you all the best for what's coming. You have a very expected show here in Chile on April. And will you send an invitation now for the people that is watching?
Hola, soy Tarja. Quiero ver a todos en mi show en Teatro Cariola el 19 de abril. Los amo y los extraño muchísimo. Nos vemos.
Tarja, thank you so much. Thank you for your amiability. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for calling. Cuídate mucho. Gracias.
You too.